Welcome back to Frozen Frontier, everyone.
Here we are, exploring the city. So, Neal, we spend our first days, we set up camp in the General Temple, and we start looking for catacombs below the temples as our first actions, I think.
So,
Catacombs.
is this dungeon like a jail, or is it a D&D dungeon to explore and loot?
As you get the lay of the land in this city, you do note that the Temple of Velmontarius comprises the actual dungeon, like where you hold your prisoners. Sort of dungeon. That's why it's okay to be there.
Right.
There is a ruined market square quite near to it. This is not showing up as well as I would have liked. I'm going to find a better way of showing it to chat. Yeah. Do you have any questions about this map? Anything that you need clarified?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Okay. Let's see if I can do it this way. Bam.
Well, why is the Quantarius Temple all the way out there? Like, what's so special about that little bit at the top?
Got it.
I imagine that's their port, right?
Yeah.
That's where trade comes in and out.
Correct.
Nice.
What I am surprised by is the market being so far away from it. I would imagine just as a city designer, I would put my marketplace next to where the shipping came in and out, or at least very close by.
Yeah, there are many other markets. This is just like the big central market. But of course, there are plenty of smaller markets all over the place. Your observations are not inaccurate either.
So we search the temples.
Great. What order would you like to search them in? Because that has the
General Temple first, then
Excellent.
Belfara.
Okay, so let's start with the General Temple. It's one of them big circular temples, which we've seen in Hardcore Heroes, with all the gods kind of on the outside and the upper and lower gods in a more inner area. There are rooms that would belong to priests here that have had their doors battered down, and all the riches have been looted from everything. The statue Tel Valthara is missing. And there is indeed a crypt below it. Would you like to go into the crypt?
I think do we go down now, or should we just...
Did we not learn our lesson last time?
I think it's time for some spelunking, don't you?
Yeah, I think it is time for some spelunking. I think we go down.
Right.
All right, lads. Watch out for ghosts. They play havoc on your knees. It's not what you want. It's not what you want.
Right back at you, old man.
The
What's that
crypt
meant to mean,
here is a little different than the other crypts you've been in before. Instead of having individual tombs along the sides of the walls with a big winding passageway, it's sort of just one large room underground, just like covered in bones, as if they just took the bones from bodies and just hurled them into one big central pit underneath the temple.
This is probably
the
the crypt for the average Joe in town. We probably want to find the crypt that the nobles were buried in.
No wonder the gods cursed these people.
It's like a barrow, right? I think that's the word for it.
Is there a god of being rich?
Quantarius, I think.
Yeah, but the docks are usually slummy. That's where you've got a lot of I don't know.
Well, the Velmontarius.
God of being rich.
The Velmontarius temple is near the keep. It could be there. It looks smaller.
You have to stop worshiping the god of being poor. It's that easy.
You have no one to blame but yourself.
That's, I take a tentative step inside the crypt. Inside the giant room. Do I get attacked by skeletons?
Not yet.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything down here, right?
No.
So it really just looks like a big bone pile?
Yeah, it just looks like a big bone pile.
If I didn't know better.
Pile pit. I mean, what's...
Are the bones ancient? Are they old, or do they look more recent?
No, they are definitely old frozen bones.
This is kind of weird, because usually the idea of just like dumping a lot of bodies in a pile is kind of like a lot of people do like last rites on bodies, right? Because the whole concern is that if you don't give a body the proper last rites, it might not, stay dead as a body, right? That was kind of the whole reason behind it. So is that like a sort of thing that's carried over into this world is like just kind of dropping bodies into a big mass pile, something that's generally considered like, you probably shouldn't be doing that.
Your people have I guess you don't have people, but none of the people that you all know would ever do something like this. Usually you want to give each body kind of its own spot.
Yes.
So
this
I
seems
walk
pretty
into
barbaric.
I walk into the barrow and I reach the first body. And
There's not
pick
even a
up-
body. It's just a pile of bones.
sorry,
like they're
sorry.
all disorganized.
I pick
Are
up
they
like
human?
a forearm bone or something, and I take it over to Yaramir, looking at it, and say, any obvious sign of death on any of these bones? Like maybe there was a plague or something, and they were just dumping bodies down here.
Any obvious sign of death?
was thinking
well,
a
there's
mass
no
grave.
flesh on them.
No,
Wow.
but like maybe
Yeah, no, I take it. I'll examine the bone. First, it is human.
Yeah, give me an anatomy check just to
Does
be
it look? Okay.
doubly sure. Yeah,
I
it's
crit.
definitely fucking human.
Okay, so one thing I want to know: this place is like a nice stone area, right? Like it's an actual thing that's been built. Does it look like there's anything meant for like actual individual inhabitants, or is it like they built this to be a mass grave?
It looks like it's built to be a mass grave. It's one giant room with a bit of a domed ceiling, and then just a pile of bones in a slight mound in the middle.
Okay. So with my elven eyes, I want to look around and see if I can spot any obvious signs of like hidden walls, like switches, levers, anything that might indicate there's more to this place. Because the idea of building like this giant room for a mass grave is very strange to me. Like usually if you're gonna do a mass grave, you're just gonna dig a big pit and chuck all the bodies inside.
Sure. You do find a hidden switch on a wall. It's one of those like loose bricks on the end that you kind of tug and it just slides out and becomes like perpendicular to the wall, and then you have a feeling you could push it in from there.
Guys, over here. And Ferris will start pushing this thing in as the others start moving up.
good find, Faris.
I'll push it in with like some sort of stick or something that I don't want my hand in that thing.
You want my 10-foot pole?
Yes, that'd be great actually. Give me that pole.
You grab the pole, you push the brick in, it slides into place with a chunk, and the wall begins to descend into the ground next to it. And behind this is a pretty good-sized room, maybe 20 feet on a side, and it's got tables and chairs and a comfy couch and a couple of casks of ale and like a little footstool, and it looks very similar to that last little kind of...
Priest room.
Yeah, like the little hangout after hours, priest getting down to party room.
You, I'm not exactly a student of history. Yaramir, you might know more. It said that the whole reason for the original cataclysm was sort of corruption in the church. Clerics not worshipping the gods evenly, taking their duties lightly.
That's how the stories go.
I am not a scholar of the cataclysm. I do not know much about it. Yes, the teachings in the Church of Martha echo that sentiment.
So, could the reason this is a hidden switch, a hidden room, be that this was scandalous activity? I mean, there was a drug set up in the last one, right? Could it be that the clerics were performing scandalous activities? They were hiding it from the people, stuffing
Could very
these
well be.
away.
I do not know the answer for you, Ferris, but I like your conjecture.
Why else would they hold their parties next to the graves of thousands of men? It seems either there's...
I wonder if the parties were first and the grave came second. It's very hard to tell when these bones were put here. They are in fact
true.
very old, but
The other one seemed a bit more intentional, though, didn't it?
I think that this is meant to be like this. I've seen towns before that have burial pits like this.
Is there any way, Neal? I know that everything here is like 1,500 years old at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
If something were to be down here, like let's say some of these bones were 1,500 years old, and some of these bones were like 1,800 years old, would there be any feasible way for Yaramir to tell the difference?
I think you would need like modern archaeology things to tell that difference, but I'm not an expert.
I gotta carbon date it.
Yeah. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell that fine of detail when they're this
Okay.
old.
I'm saying, like, is there a way, like, if some of these things were much, much older than others, like, what would be the general range of time before that would become apparent? Because that would kind of tell us if something was like 1,000 years older than something else. That might tell us how old, like how long this mass grave was around for.
I mean, there's a no age spell. Maybe that would Yaromir, do you have no age?
Not yet. I don't know. Is
It's
it
a first level spell.
A fourth level spell?
No, it's a first level.
No, I don't have it as a first level spell.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have any way of determining that.
You know, maybe Yaromir, can you tell if most of the bones belong to men or women? Maybe that's something you can work out.
Perhaps over time. I mean, this is large pile of bones. Would you like me to start sorting through them?
Well, I've got a bit of a theory, right? It said Conquest on the wall. This seems like further south. Maybe the humans built this city after conquering the land from the Scrags. If this was like a forward position in the war, perhaps there's a lot of dead men here. Maybe there's a lot of soldiers being killed, and there's the need for easy burial.
Perhaps. Would you like me to go through all of their pelvises and tell you which ones have birthing hips?
No, it's fine. Let's check the walls for more hidden switches, but I think otherwise we can leave this place.
Yeah, I want to see the other crypts. I want to know what all the others were like, because the other one seemed like a much more standard style crypt. And the idea of building a crypt to make a mass grave is very strange to me.
Let's head to Velmontarius next. That's by the keep. It's smaller. I reckon maybe the nobles would be buried there.
Sure. You head to the temple of Velmontarius. That is the god of justice. It's nearby to the keep. And you as you go down into it, it is not so much a crypt as just a regular dungeon. You go down the first set of stairs, and there are some rooms on either side and a long row of cells.
Is there any bodies in the cells?
Some of the cell doors look like they have been ripped off their hinges, and I should say one cell door looks like it's been ripped off its hinge and knocked to the ground. There are no bodies in any of these, but then there is a staircase that descends to a level below.
Sorry, this is the Velthara temple?
Velmontarius.
The Velmontarius?
Below the All Temple, above the keep.
Oh, okay.
I wonder.
Oh, I didn't. I thought we were making a joke about Velthara and Quantarius together. I didn't realize that was actually a.
No, that's a god. Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if the Caledonians had Scrag prisoners. I say out loud to the group. There doesn't seem to be any bones down here, but maybe the Scrags came back for the remains of their dead.
What's Velmontarius the god of?
Justice.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I understand why that would be a dungeon then, right? They might have been enforcers, keepers of the peace.
Yeah. These are. Well, let's keep exploring. There's nothing of interest right here.
Right.
I head down the stairs.
Okay.
So the sun.
Give me
Just keep your eyes open, guys. I know we haven't run into anything for a while, but danger could be around any corner.
I wonder if they're still running matches in the Colosseum.
Still matches
If there is a hidden treasure box, the one in the Colosseum is probably the largest in the whole town, so we'll be going there at some point.
Ferris, you have your lantern on you, right? Your skull helmet thingy.
Yeah,
your skull
always.
I've got a lantern as well that I hand to Yaromir.
Yep. I also just have natural infravision.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna bring you guys to the second level of this dungeon.
Sweet.
So which dungeon are we in here?
The Velmontarius one. This is level 2 of it.
Prison, right?
Yeah.
Level 2 of Velmontarius, and here you are. There are sconces on the walls, empty. Well, some of them have torches, but they're long burned out. And there are cells. Underneath Grimes' feet right here is a cell door that has been ripped off of its hinges and lies in the middle of the room. And then it just kind of empties into the darkness beyond.
Can we light the torches with our lantern?
No, the torches are they will no longer work.
Okay.
Yeah. They've been burned out and not replaced, basically.
All right.
Well, we have a map, so I guess we better explore.
Stay close.
I thought we had fully explored it already. I thought we were leaving.
You're only on
No.
the second floor.
This is the Voluntarius temple, not the main temple.
Yes.
Right, but it's fine. It's cool.
Okay. So we cautiously advance. I get, Yaramir, stay close to me. You've got the lantern.
Nick's like Malachi avatar showed up on the map for a second for me, like in one of the rooms, and I had just a straight second of panic, thinking I was about to eat a fireball.
I'm gonna draw my phase dagger and go ethereal,
Wouldn't that be a twist?
and also sneak as well. Although the rest of the party's probably making so much noise, it doesn't matter. But
Seeing some stairs way down at the end, I say there's another floor below this one.
All right, well, keep close. I'm checking the cells for bones, Neal. Is there any bones in any of these cells?
No, they're empty.
They're all empty. Someone's busted these people.
Why?
So
is my
these are still closed
light-
off, right? They're still like only some of the doors have been ripped open.
Why
Yes.
is my lantern light one directional now?
Because it's a bullseye lantern, right? It's a unidirectional lantern.
We have a hooded.
Oh, it's a
We
hooded.
have a
Sorry,
hooded lantern. It should be
I thought it was a
around-
bullseye. My mistake.
No.
I will get rid of the angle on it. It was a huzzah.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I got really nervous that like dark magic was coming our way.
So nothing in any of the cells, Neal.
No, each cell you pass is
Yeah.
empty.
Should we just like move forward and have you tell us if we cross a cell that has something in it?
You've gotten to the next staircase already.
These ones, are they closed? Some of them are still closed up, right?
Yes, some of them are still
Yeah.
closed. Some of them have had their doors ripped off.
All right, let's head down.
yep.
How well made did the doors look like? Could I rip one of the doors off if I tried?
I mean, you're pretty buff. You could probably do it given sufficient time. Maybe not on like your first go, but
Well, like a Null could do it, right?
a team of gnolls could probably do it for surezies.
The Nulls are probably as strong, if not stronger than me, though. So, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the race and gnoll. And then you come. Whoops.
Whoops.
Ooh,
I have to turn on the lighting effects.
I saw some
I saw
things.
some. I
There
saw
was
some.
some hype.
You're gonna see
There
that
was
shit
some hype
anyway.
there.
Okay, now I can
can
see
still
there
see
are those
it.
ghosts.
You enter down to a lower level,
What are those figures in the distance?
and with that you see. Let me send you a link.
Oh my
I see
word.
another pit, and that is terrifying.
That is terrifying. There's people down here. What the hell?
The
Yeah, so-
skeleton man start coming out of the pit, and it starts moving around.
So being a generally perceptive person, seeing this, Ferris is going to hold a hand up to the party, and he's going to kind of like crouch down and try and listen in and see if there's any sound coming from these ghosts.
You see this, which I will link in Twitch chat for you guys to take a look at. These are not ghosts. These are people. These are frozen people behind a set of bars, behind a barred gate, a nice big iron gate with a shiny ass lock on it, even underneath all the ice. There looks to be signs as if someone sometime has tried to knock down this gate, but has ultimately failed. There are 4 people here: a young woman, an old woman, a knight, and then you can't really see, but a sort of heavy-set person with a staff leaning against a barrel.
Oh, this is interesting.
One person's crouched down by the looks. The one next to
Yeah,
the.
it looks like they're sitting on the ground, leaning against a barrel, kind of tilted
sitting.
forward.
Okay, not like kneeling.
Right.
So I'll just check up here. Is this just like dead-ended up here? To the south.
No, it
this
does
guy
not
looks like
dead
he's
end. You just
robed.
can't see because there's no light.
Yeah, okay.
So wait, this kind of looks like an adventuring party a little
It
bit,
does.
right?
Does, yeah.
They've got like the fighter in their midst. They've got somebody who looks like a wizard. Like he's carrying something wizardy looking. Like, does it look like it could be an adventuring party?
I think
Yeah.
that's your determination to make.
I guess
this-
because I don't really know how much these things match up to the tokens that we have on the map is what I'm getting at.
But they match very well, identically.
Okay.
But there's nothing else other than this gate, right?
If we thaw him out, I think he'll turn into goop.
Probably, yeah.
I kind of want to find out.
But that gear went.
Is there some way you can get rid of these bars, Yarmir?
Sure.
I've take a look at the bars. Are they? Is it locked? A
They
locked gate, or is
are
it frozen
iron-
shut?
They are steel bars, and there seems to be a mithril lock holding it closed.
All right, Grimes, this is the reason you're here. Get this lock open.
I'll give it a shot. I don't know what mithril means, but
What is your pick locks percentage?
I don't think I've advanced
Or
it above
not
15.
percentage, but number.
So I think I can open a good lock, but not a superior. But let's see. So I think I'm still in the 15 range. But I will inspect it at least.
Yeah, would you mind
yeah.
double checking to make sure it's within? Make sure you're
I'm
right
15.
You-
Is my
okay.
pick locks.
That's a for sure number, not a
Yes.
soft number. Okay.
Do you have it large prepared, Yarmy?
15 is an excellent lock that you can pick.
Nice.
So yes, you can sit here. It'll take you a while. It'll take you about an hour or so to do this, and Yarmir is gonna have to like help melt the ice on it, or someone's gonna have to help melt the ice on it with some sort of heat thing in order for it to be loose enough for you to work.
The only fire spell I have prepared is Burning Hands, so I can create flame and fan for you.
Well,
You got a
lots.
lantern. There's fire sources readily available, so you can melt it, and you guys will have to spend an hour waiting for Grimes to get this done.
Are you sure you can do this, Grimes? We've been here for ages.
Shh, let me concentrate. Yarmir, bring that candle back over.
Okay, yes.
While this is going on, Ferris, what's running through your head? You guys have seen a lot of shit recently. How do you feel about these bodies before you?
I mean, I'm kind of used to it at this point. We've seen them around here before. It's kind of interesting. This doesn't look like any kind of formal ceremony, right?
No.
This looks like kind of a ragtag group of different people who've gotten together. I'm starting to wonder if, like, this place was abandoned before Caledonia froze over. And this was like a group of adventurers who came here looking to plunder some treasures.
Interesting.
But I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of like I'm moving up to the gate, looking around. I can't really see much from here. How far back can I see?
What's with the pit, though? I say.
Okay, when you were about to link that picture in chat, I thought you were going to link us the 300 video of Leonidas kicking the dude into the bottomless pit.
This is Conquest!
But yeah, I don't know. I've got this feeling this place was abandoned before the freeze, and that this is like an unrelated group. Actually, does that person in the armor look like a paladin by chance? Does it look like some sort of official garb, or does it just kind of look like nice?
I mean, it looks like a knight in plate mail, like a breastplate with chain limbs and a great helm and a two-handed sword.
Is there like a clear pulling out the spyglass and zooming up on his chest? Can I see like any sort of holy symbol or markings?
Enhance.
Yeah. It also increases my improvisation.
Be patient. You gotta get up close. Right?
You know, it's covered in ice and frost. Any sort of symbology that would be under it is lost until you get closer, or maybe can chip away the ice a little bit.
Okay, so I can't see it. Can I see where a symbol, like, I couldn't identify a symbol, but can I see that there is a symbol somewhere, even if it's like too frozen over to be identifiable?
No.
Okay. So
Grimes, eventually you manage to pick the lock, and the door swings open on its hinges, allowing
Was
you
it
all...
originally locked from the outside?
The lock is accessible from either the inside or the outside, so you can't tell.
So we can't tell whether these people were locked in here or whether they locked themselves in here.
Right, unknown. But you can now bypass that wall.
All right.
Okay.
Stay close. I take the lead.
Okay.
Watch out, because something could come out of this pit.
And
freeze
sheath
us.
my dagger again.
What, is there like a barrier between us and them here?
That is another series of metal bars that go all the way around. Yeah.
Is there another
To the
lock?
roof, floor to
No,
ceiling.
you're gonna have to explore. They do go to
Alright.
the ceiling, yes.
Is there a door in this one?
Not right there, no.
We circle
Looking around this room, though, Oh, there's an open one up there. I see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's also a path here.
Mm-hmm.
What's up
Let's
this
not go straight into the middle. Let's explore the sides first.
Yeah. Stay close this way. North.
Oh god, it's not gonna line up.
I know, yeah.
That's gonna be rough.
Yeah, we're off grid.
Grimes,
Oh wait,
Grimes.
no. This is actually pretty good. This is close enough. Oh, William, move. I'm slightly overlapping with the bars, and it's really hurting my OCD. Okay, there we go.
Wait for Grimes and Yarmir.
I'm phased, by the way, Neal. I don't see any. Do I see any? Is there anyone else here with me in the other side, in the ethereal, or wherever it is I am?
No, it's just you and your friends.
Just dead here, right? Ah, man, you should give your arm a face dagger and go back to that forest.
Just more cells?
Yeah, what's in this room, Neal?
Cells, empty cells, nothing in them.
Lead the way, Grimes. All the way around.
Is this gate open?
Yes, it is.
Check north first.
I step out of the way. Nothing happens to me when I cross that threshold?
Nope.
Oh shit, what's this in here? Torture equipment.
Looks like an axe.
There are definitely tools for enhanced interrogation.
I peer off the edge of the pit, Neal. What do I see in the abyss?
It just descends into darkness. Although Grimes, I'm going to pause everyone for just a moment. Grimes, this thing that you're looking at over here looks like a bunch of ice in kind of like almost like a thin shell. If that makes sense. We'll come back to that later. Continue moving or do whatever.
What's this thing in the cell that I'm looking at? In the top left?
It looks like a person, a frozen person, stuck between, like that is buried in hay.
Can I get in there?
It is locked.
I crack my fingers and I grab the bars. I attempt to bed them.
Heave with all of your might. Give me a D20. Or a D100, I'm sorry.
Yeah, D100. 25.
Your open doors is 25. Yeah.
Nailed
the
it.
frozen bars bend under your pure strength, and then crack, and one of them just shatters. You get a little bit of a metal stuck in your hand.
I look over my shoulder and give a nod, and then
You get a big thumbs up from Yarmir. You're like, well, that was very cool.
all right.
Nicely done.
I go in here and start ripping some hay off this corpse.
Yeah. You take the hay off, and it is a woman chained to the wall, frozen in place, and hurled as if she was freezing to death. She's not wearing very much. She looks like she's in prisoner garb. Yeah.
Does she look like she's been tortured?
Yeah, you do see marks of lashes along her legs. It looks like her fingernails are all missing. She's got only one eye left.
Jesus.
Grimes, when you look at this woman, is her spirit still here?
Which woman? I put down whatever torture implement I was
cell
fiddling
over
with.
here. Come with me. Do you see woman in cell that William was?
I think I was fiddling with these implements on the table.
Oh, that's fine.
Are they iron? Can I just get a quick description as I
No,
set them down?
these are brass implements.
All right, I set them down. I'm like, what? There's a woman? And I follow them around the corner. Let's see. Oh, my little toolbar is blocking it? Okay. Is there a restless spirit here,
No.
Neal?
There is not.
No, there's no one else here.
I wonder what kept spirits in that one cave bound.
Something to do with the scrags, I would suspect.
Dark
Okay.
magic. Did we come downstairs to get here, or are those upstairs?
Yes, you had to descend a small flight of stairs.
Another guy in there as well. But let's leave this room.
Is there?
Yeah, this guy up here is chained to the wall and just frozen in place.
Mhm.
You know, he had no opportunity to try and warm up.
That
Okay.
looks like some sort of shield that froze. I point to this wall of ice.
Let's just finish the perimeters first, Grimes.
Okay, just
Oh, whoops.
pointing it out. This is a wall,
fine.
right?
Yep,
Oh,
Yeah.
so I've
you're stuck on the inside of another prison, Grimes.
yeah, cool.
A
Sorry,
familiar
old
place,
habit.
no?
Yeah.
Bit too close to home down here, Grimes.
These are large cages, big enough for one person to fit very, very uncomfortably inside of them.
God damn.
Yeah, with little hooks on top, like you could hang them from something.
Yeah.
Dangle
Like over a pit.
Nasty
over
business.
a pit.
Scrags were smaller than people, right?
Yeah. So far.
Do I get any sort of feeling that the architecture of this place was designed for something a little bit smaller than your typical person?
The bars would be are close enough together that they could probably keep out a scrag if they're like goblin sized.
Well, I'm wondering if
but
this place was scrag built or human built, because scrags we know have a pretty big affinity for the whole torture thing.
Yeah. Well, we think.
These didn't look like scrag tools.
That's true.
We've got no idea what scrag tools look like, though. Really.
Well, if
I mean,
we're
we
assuming-
assume the ones from the cave.
I mean, how do we
Yeah.
not know that scrags aren't just like a different race of men that have been, made to look like they're monstrous? Yeah, we
Does it
don't know.
really make a difference? They're still a different race in that case.
Yeah, but this literally could be a scrag city, and it could just be like another.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
scrags were smaller, so if it was made for them, I assume that it would be like smaller architecture.
These proportions are comfortable for you all to walk through. But that's all I can really say.
Okay.
What's nothing in this room of interest?
There's
Is that
some
like a
weapon
fire
racks
in the corner.
Yeah, that would be an area where you might cook food or maybe boil water or oil or something.
Yeah,
What's in these
look up-
crates?
What kind of weapons are there?
Yeah, can we get a?
Those are spears.
What are in these
spears?
crates?
They're the frozen crates. You could maybe crack them open and rip through them, but right now they're closed and frozen.
Yeah, do we have a crowbar by chance?
I think just a pickaxe and an ultra spear.
Yeah, that too.
Racks of spears. Are they all identical? Like, and not valuable? The
Yeah,
weapons?
they're all just like regular junk
I will
spears.
remind you, there are 4 crowbars at the fort. Could bring some stuff along.
Should have put it in the hole.
Yep. So I'm gonna go grab a spear and try like prying open some of these crates.
Sure. You can rip them open. Inside are some old food supplies. There's some bottles of oil. It looks like the supplies you might need to properly run a dungeon. Rope, oil, food.
Okay.
Sharpening
what about
stones.
these barrels down here?
Those have water in them,
Okay.
so they're just
Frozen
frozen
water.
solid. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's carry on.
Yep. Something down here.
This is the last room, right? Oh no, there's one more.
Yes.
2 more, in fact. There's loads left.
Oh boy. I can't go diagonally.
Just use your mouse. Forrest, keep up. I need the light.
Look, I'm having. I only have 4 directional movement, William.
It just looks like another empty room.
Yeah. I think Grimes got lost.
I'm lost in the dark.
Grimes
I
can't
tried
find his
to
way
come
out.
back for you. I'm sorry. I did a poor job.
I was not moving. There we go.
Looks like a dining room of some kind, right here.
Yeah.
Except for the
Oh, never
arm
mind.
and leg straps
No, those
on
look
the
like
table.
tables from further back. Those look like torture racks, aren't? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, this is like the other room. All right, backing up.
Yeah. I figured it'd be like jailer's dining room or something.
1 more to scout, and then we can check out these frozen people.
Oh, we've not been down here yet. Oh yeah. Looks like more of. Oh god, I zoomed very far out. It looks like more of the same.
All right.
Gonna move down. Yeah, it's more of the same.
Okay, let's head to the center.
All right.
Yep. All right, so. Here.
You guys can walk around and walk through. It's fine.
Yep.
So what you see are those 4 people standing in that pattern, but right next to the bottomless-looking pit is this little thin wall. It almost looks like the outside of a shell, because on the inside of it, it's slightly concave and slightly concave that way, and it is some sort of frozen liquid. Does anyone want
Is
to
the-
take a closer look?
Is it in front of the guy with the staff?
You can see it on the map. It's
yeah,
here.
you can see it on the map. It's the line. The blue
Yeah, which
line.
is that? I'm saying the guy closest to it though. Is that the knight or is that the?
This is the
wizard?
knight. You can't tell the difference between the knight and the staff guy.
I guess so. Yeah. Now that you pointed out.
Zoom in
in.
and get a little
Oh, yeah.
closer to your screen. Your old eyes are getting tired.
Yaramir, could you light up an item that we could then drop down this pit?
Not today. Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I think I've got a torch. Hang on.
Is there a stone nearby we could just toss off?
There's a lot of stuff nearby. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
ice. You can
I'm
craft.
just looking for some like debris that we can put a light spell on, then drop down the.
And I'll tear a
or
bit
just
of fabric
listen.
off. Won't go.
We can do a torch too. We did a torch before and that worked.
I haven't actually got a torch. So.
Yeah, so I guess it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
What about these bodies, though?
I've got 100 feet of twine. I'm gonna lower twine off the edge, or 170 feet of twine. I'm
Do
gonna
you, like,
lower
take-
twine off the edge.
Okay.
I'll tie a weight to it, like tie a pit into the end,
Uh-huh.
and lower it. See if I can lower it all the way down.
Wait, I have an idea. I can go further than that. I'm gonna pull out the telescope and telescope down because my infravision extends out to 300 feet if I use the telescope.
Oh,
So you
So
hold a
there's a-
lantern over the edge and look down.
With the telescope, I can see it up to 300 feet down.
So it just ends up being pure darkness down there. However, with the telescope, you can see at the edge of the wall, there's like light, and then there's like a plane where it becomes solid blackness. It's not like it fades. It does fade, but it's like fading and then insta black all of a sudden.
So
There's like a
that's
layer.
exactly the same as I'm going to relay this and say that's exactly the same as what we saw in the other town, and I'm beginning to think that this might be something in Caledonia, like continent wide. I'm wondering if at a certain point of depth, Caledonia just stops being.
That's blew my mind, man. That's crazy. Is it not just like some sort of magic pit that goes onto a point and then you die if you reach that point?
How far down is
What I
it?
want to test is you have 170 feet of twine, Grimes.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Can you
fishing
tie
for
something to the
demons.
end of it and lower it down?
Yeah, that's what I'm setting up. How far down is it? I ask as I'm like lowering this pit and on a
I can't really tell from here. Just lower it and I'll watch it go down. I'll tell you if you reach it or not.
If I cast detect magic, does it radiate magic?
What's the range on your detect magic?
Probably like 30 feet.
Is that
Then
also
you won't be
affected
able to
by-
see down below.
Is that also affected by the telescope?
It's not going to work with through the telescope.
I think it might actually have better range than that. Let me look.
Yeah, so this is about like 150 feet downish, I think is something like that. So you can lower your pitten until it reaches that plane, and then you can lower the pitten below it.
Yeah. So I say, Grimes, you're almost there. Keep going. And then once it's in, I wait another like 5 feet and I say, okay, pull it back up.
It retracts back out without any issue.
The pitten's there.
Yep.
Okay.
Sam,
Where's
Not
Nimrod when you need him?
It's a line, right? That's 10 feet wide by 30 yards.
90 feet, so close.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
hang you down a couple of feet. Put you in one of those cages. Is there something on the roof to affix cages to, Neal?
Yes.
What about the items these guys are carrying? Can I see enough detail on them to determine whether they're
You can.
of high quality?
Let's see. The knight is about 6 feet tall, about 170 pounds, middle-aged, salt and pepper hair with a beard.
Isn't he wearing a helmet?
I guess you can't see the salt and pepper hair and a beard. Never mind.
He sounds distinguished and handsome.
Yes. He has a steel breastplate with steel chain limbs, a steel arming sword, and not an arming sword, a two-handed sword, and a dagger.
Does his sword look well and like?
Looks very nice.
You know, William, we could thaw this person and then take his armor.
I think
Finally
we're
get
gonna
that steel armor you've always
William
wanted.
is again too big. Like William might be 6 something, I don't remember, but you've got 18-1 billion strength. Like your arms are just physically too big for any regular person's armor.
But it's chain limbs.
Oh yeah, well, you can take the chain limbs. That's fine.
Yeah, no, the
So
breastplate is what I'm saying because arms won't go into that.
Yeah,
will
okay,
it?
William's chest is too big for this guy.
I am very muscular, Forrest.
You're
very
18-58. You've got a huge chest.
huge, mate. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it if you saw it. It's shocking, actually. It's... in a way, it can be almost off-putting, I've heard, but...
Yeah.
All right, stop with that.
Fine. Anyways, something I've been wanting to ask. Do you think we could convince Nimrod to take a quick expeditionary mission for us?
What, down into the pit?
We have enough twine.
Oh my word.
I don't think you can hang a kobold from twine.
Yeah, he's a little heavy for that.
I've only got 50, maybe 100 feet of rope. How far down was it?
150 to the dark.
Looking around this place, is there rope we can take?
It's a dungeon. You'll find some rope lying around here. Some of those boxes had rope in it. Yeah.
Yeah, how much rope can we find? Because we can tie together any scraps.
I don't think we
Sure.
should lower Nimrod down there.
Yeah. Also, the ancient frozen rope. Maybe Nimrod's light enough that it won't matter. But
Or
Well,
his
what I'm
life
thinking is,
valuable?
I was kind of joking about Nimrod, but I do want to I want to find like some sort of animal, right? Like find a snirl, however the hell you say squirrels on this continent, and lower that down. You know,
yeah.
maybe a fish. No, a fish would die too fast. We wouldn't be able to get it down before it died.
I think we should get these bodies back up to the surface and get a fire going.
Sure. As long as we're looking at these bodies, let me also tell you what the other people have. The young girl has assorted jewelry, quite a bit of it on her. She looks very well dressed. Her outfit is kind of like she's going to a grand party or a ball. Let's see. I think you can sort of see it on the image that I linked you guys, or in chat, or on stream if you're looking.
Did Matthew draw that?
He did, yes.
Oh, from close up, do I see any sort of like holy symbol on this armor?
You do not, no. Let's see. She also has a sigil on her neck that is the same as the sigil of the royal family that you saw on that guy in that brothel that time.
That I still have on me.
Yep.
She's from the royal family.
She's about 5'5" and 137 pounds or so. Looks to be about 16-ish years old. The older woman is about the same height, but in her 60s. Very conservatively dressed, kind of like a handmaid. It has some amount of jewelry on her, but it's very, very tame. And the last gentleman is a heavy-set, what looks to be a spellcaster. He has a staff with a crystal clutched in the very top of it. And yeah, and like his robes and stuff, and there's maybe a book hanging off of his side attached via a chain to his belt.
So why is he leaning against this barrel? Does it look like he's been thrown, or is he sleeping?
He could be sleeping, or maybe he was injured and like hunched over holding himself. Or
what are their
Does he look like he's
faces?
casually leaning back against it?
His eyes are closed.
Yeah. Are the women's eyes closed, or do they look open? at least in this
They're
picture?
open, but they're not necessarily looking at each other.
There's
What is Dethaw the woman? She has jewelry. This will make William happy. She'll probably turn into goop. This will make me happy, and then let's go. This does not seem to be a place of valuables or much of interest.
Yeah, but why would these
You
people
don't think
be
this
down
is
here?
interesting?
They're frozen prisoners. What difference does it make?
Prisoners. No prisoners get to keep their weapons.
They're
Yeah.
frozen guards. We have seen so many frozen people. Take their jewels. Let's go.
This woman is from the royal family. There is no way she's a god.
She was visiting on very bad day. Unfortunate for her.
Perhaps. I think we should thaw them all.
All right, thaw them all out, but let's do it quickly.
Sure. I also want to mention this weird icy thing right here, right? Can someone give me a
It's
perception
liquid, right?
check?
You said it was liquid.
It's some sort of frozen liquid. Can I get a perception check from someone inspecting it?
Yeah, I'll take a look at this as well. Nope. Looks like
Never
water
mind.
to me.
Yep. All right.
Yaramir, you have a look.
All right. Looks like liquid to me.
Yarmir, can you dispel magic?
I do have dispel magic, yes.
Can you try and dispel that blackness down there?
If it is too far for my sight, I imagine it is too far for my dispelling. But let me look.
Can you dispel the freeze? Or is that?
I do not believe so. Being very, very cold, as far as I know, is not a magical effect. But I could try it. I only have one dispel today. So
If we were
we'll have
to-
choose what I wish to dispel.
How much good rope do we have, Grimes?
I've got 100 feet.
We could lower Yaramir down a ways. Not into the blackness, but enough that we can see it.
I don't
120 yards, so actually, I could try to dispel it from here.
Then we could just lower the lantern down.
Okay.
And then as soon as Yaramir can see the line, he can try to dispel it.
I don't mind doing that. I'll lower the lantern. I'll tie the twine around the loop on the top of the lantern and start lowering it down.
All right, Ferris will keep an eye on it and let you know when you're like reaching the point where the blackness is being illuminated.
Yep. With the lantern being lowered, it becomes much more obvious where that border is. And Yaramir can cast Dispel Magic.
Okay, yeah. So I trace out this vase on the ground in front of the pit, and it as I encant the last words, the runes begin to disintegrate into like ash, and they fall down the wall, snaking closer to the blackness of the pit until they reach it and attempt to dissolve the magical barrier there.
Okay, give me a d20.
For 19.
Ooh.
Whoa.
You're level 6?
I'm level 6.
Yep.
So someone would have to be level 15 to not be dispelled by that. So
No
that
way.
darkness is...
8 levels above 6.
Ty goes to the Dispeller or to the
I
Enchanter?
goes to the runner. He's safe.
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh, no, it's
Ty
11
goes-
or higher on a d20, not a 10 or
Yeah,
higher.
it's
So
11.
it is a level 14 person. Still, it's dispelled. And you can
Awesome.
see that below that, the darkness covers maybe like a 30-foot area, and below that are just like a series of spikes with various corpses impaled upon them, which are now like rotted and bones or frozen.
So
it
they
looks
don't
like-
have to look at it. They don't have to watch the gore. They just chuck them down into the pit.
Maybe it's
Got it.
extra scary to fall into a black abyss versus a pit of spikes.
Maybe. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
That's an odd decision.
Here we thought this was a portal to another dimension.
Yeah, it's just. All right, somebody give me a hand with these corpses. Let's get them up.
All right. You guys can haul the corpses up very carefully because they're quite fragile. William, can you make me a dexterity check as you haul one of these people up to make sure you don't accidentally bump them into something along the way and break
Really?
off an
Like off
arm?
a foot.
Have you ever
Really?
had to haul furniture up a house, like move furniture, and you don't want to like hit it against a wall?
No,
It's-
Nick hires people to do that.
I always bang it into things. I could pass my dexterity check 1000%. I would still bang it into something.
Yeah.
Can somebody else not do the orienteering and I'll just do the hard lifting?
Dude, you're the one that's carrying it. You got to make the dex check, William.
Yes!
Not a problem. Your first body, you get out without issue.
Oh, first buddy. Okay.
Who did you take out first?
The wizard.
All right. I think William's the only person that. I guess 2 people could carry a separate body.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
if he
taking
tells
the
us
back.
to, I think I'll pick up someone.
William, handle the armored person. Grimes and I can handle the one of these more slender figures.
All
I
right.
think we take the woman with all the jewelry.
Sure.
Yeah.
Grimes, you want to give me a dex check for the 2 of you?
Yeah.
Have me do it. I think I have more dexterity. Or you.
It should be
Whoops.
averaged. Averaged.
Whatever. That's
There's
still
a
a pass.
1 point difference.
Mine's lower.
William, you want to make a 1 for your second body that you're carrying out? It's not a problem. And the third, I
Nice.
think Grimes and Ferris get. So Ferris, make that one for me. Perfect.
Oh, sorry. Still
It's close enough.
27.
What about this weird sheet of what is this? I take a look at the weird sheet, Neil. Can I roll perception?
Please. Jesus fucking Christ.
Can we
You
move
made
the
me
weird
roll a
sheet?
24, and I didn't get anything. So
Oh,
I
you
think-
actually rolled? I thought you just said, it's ice, and then walked away.
No, it was a 24.
Sorry, I didn't see your roll there, Yarmir.
Okay, I just
So you
assumed
get-
I was right. It was ice because
No. You get a nice close look on this thing and kind of brush some things away. And to your horror, perhaps, this looks like human waste. There's like a turd floating in this ice.
Kind of what
And
I
it's
thought.
got like a shell to it, as if it's
Is
like
it-
resting against the back of a sphere.
Is it coming from the ceiling or something?
No, there are clear splash lines that go out towards the pit. So
It's like somebody was.
looks like someone was tossing things, and then once it
No.
reached a threshold, it just like froze.
So it looks like the flash freeze was like mid swing.
Yes.
While the knight was taking a shit? I'm really not
No,
understanding.
no, no. I think they were like bucketing some stuff out when everything
Why
got
is it
flash.
why is it curved like that? That implies that it was only frozen at a set. Otherwise, it would be in a line, right? The waste would be thrown on the bucket and it would be frozen in a line. But the fact that it's a barrier makes it implies that the freeze started at a certain point.
Well, if you think that these people are adventurers, that's your thing, and you think this is a wizard, what if this is a hut, right? And from the center radiating out was protection, right? They threw their bucket of shit out, and it is, as soon as it got out of that circle, it froze like this around it, right? They have the problem I do, where their spell doesn't last forever, and then the freeze got them.
So
How
what
cold
if
is it down here?
Same temperature as everywhere else.
not cold
So
enough
cold
to freeze you like that?
Or not?
That actually makes a lot of sense, Yarman.
Are we losing warmth down here? Or-
Yeah.
It does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
There's never a point where it warms up below the surface. There's something weird about how this froze.
That's a good point, Yarmir. Maybe that is what it is. Check. We can check his body for crystal beads, and then we can really nail it down.
You know where Yarmir keeps those beads. Do you really want to search this wizard for his?
Well, if he turns to goop, we won't have to search. All right. We get the bodies out. We make a fire. We thaw them.
We will deal with the thawing of the bodies and all that stuff another time, because we are well over our time limit here for Frozen Frontier. So let's kill the music, the creepy music. Congratulations on surviving your day. Those kobolds were terrifying. I can't believe you made it out alive.
Yarmir almost got whomped.
Yeah. Yarmir almost got killed by a giant angry tree, but that's just the day in the life of a wizard. What are you gonna do about it? I will post links to the images on the subreddit. I also, there, in the same time that this art was created, we also went back and made panels, the actual panels of the bas relief that you saw in the Swampside Temple of Bellum, that has like the depiction of historical events around Caledonia. So that you can find on the subreddit right now. Yeah, and let's do some experience.
Okay.
So you defeated a pack of kobolds. Whoop-de-doo. You recovered all of the rest of Sleet's lair and Sleet's body. That's not really worth too much. You saw a new pack of gnolls that you had never seen, or gnolls in an area you had never seen before. You revisited the forest, and Yarmir had some weird visions and connections with that thing going on there. I'm not sure what you learned from it, but it was definitely an experience. So you made it to Conquest. That's a pretty big dealio. That's a fairly major plot point. And you've explored 2 of the 6 temples here. So we'll do that because this is fully explored. What else went down? I think that's all the major plot points.
If Yaramir's visions count as an experience and therefore is worth XP, then perhaps Grimes and I lose time.
Right,
well.
Grimes. You and Grimes have had some weird time loss problems, which we'll figure out. I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually. So then divide it by 4. Everyone take home 1,137 experience. And then plus 10% for you special people, which is 1,251.
37, 50, 175.5.
56193.22.
51, 312.
Okay. God, man, it's taking so long to get to level 7. Done anything big since we bought the crypt?
Well, you have a whole city here with lots of things to explore. I'm sure you'll find something experience.
You could have fought the evil tree, man.
Could have fought the tree, yeah. I'm glad I did.
We could have gone back in the next day once we learned what it was.
And do what?
Fight the hell out of it. I don't know. It's immune to fire, so we'd probably just have to hit it with swords.
Oh, did you try firing it before?
Yeah, so the first time we came here, when we got back out, I walked over and did a burning hands to see if it would break my my spell, my protection spell, and it did break my protection spell, but it also did nothing to the trees it hit. It was just like completely unaffected them. So burning spells don't work on the trees, so we got to do something else to them.
All right, well, that's a discussion for the Reddit thread, perhaps.
Yep. Reddit thread is already up.
Thanks for the game, Neal. It's good to be back.
Yep.
My pleasure. I'm going to post some things on the Reddit thread, or Reddit. You've already posted something to the Reddit thread. I think that's it. Anyone have anything we need to say?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. You should watch The Terror. You won't regret it. Okay.
All right. That's it. We will see you guys later. Assassin pregame starts next Wednesday. Assassin starts the week after. That's it. We're out.
Cool.
See you guys next week. Bye.
See ya.